All right, shall we start?
Yeah,
Okay. Hey everyone, welcome to our Metro Spotlight series where we get to meet the incredible people behind the Nepal US Hackathon 2026 and what actually drives them to be part of this community. That being said, super duper excited today because we have one of our female mentors on board, Ms. Jharana Luitel, Technical Program Manager at Microsoft, joining us. First of all, thank you so much, Jharana D, for having the patience to stay with me despite the technical glitches and giving me your 30 minutes.
of course. I have been there before, so I can fully empathize with you, so don't worry about it.
Thank you so much. Okay, so let's just get straight into it. Can you please briefly introduce yourself and what is it that you exactly do?
Yeah, of course. Hi everyone, I'm Charna. I am currently a technical program manager. I have been in this role for the last 5 days, so I'm fairly new to this role. So what that means is that I uh, try to find gaps within the program, collaborate a lot with the engineers, and help them move forward with a lot of their success plan, help them define their criteria, and basically make their life easier. Outside of that, I also do a lot of collaboration with the sales team, marketing team, product team, the leadership team. So it requires a lot of collaboration internally. And before this role, I worked as a cybersecurity solution engineer, where I was more customer facing and I was supporting the hospitals and also the universities and colleges in Canada and helping them implement cybersecurity solution. So I have a bit of a technical background, but at the same time, I really enjoy talking and helping people solve business problem.
Yeah, that's amazing. That sounds so good. And you're just not related or confined to one field, right? You're handling marketing, you're handling communications. So that 1,000 feet perspective that you'll be bringing to this table, it's going to be so amazing. And once again, thank you so much for agreeing to be with us.
Yes, 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 of course. I think the way I am as a person, it's hard for me to just focus on one thing. I like putting my hands into multiple different things and seeing things more holistically as opposed to going deeper. So I think a role
Yeah.
like, let's say, a solution engineer or also a role like technical program manager is somewhere I see myself as a good fit.
Yeah, that's amazing stuff. So that being said, with everything you put your hands in and how occupied you are, I'm sure time is a very important thing in your life, right? So
Yeah.
what made you say yes to the Nepal US Hackathon 2026 despite being so busy and then still prioritizing this?
Yes, of course. When I was a student myself, I wanted to network with a lot of Nepali people just because, like, once I moved to Canada from Nepal, I didn't have that big of a Nepali community around me or like Nepali professional community around me. So a lot of my interactions were not with Nepali. So I felt like there was a big gap when I was doing my university or like even when I had recently started my job. So I felt like this is a good time to just give back to the community with all the things that I've learned. And I'm very passionate about mentorship just in general as well. Even last year, I think I mentored around 60 to 70 different students and early in career professional as well. Because I always see it from the point of view that if I had someone like me when I was at that stage, it would have been very helpful. And even in my current stage that I'm at, which is like a mid-level professional, I would say, I do have like a board of mentors from a different field and different sectors and industries, which will give me more perspective about how I can make or optimize my own career better. So if I can do that for someone, I'd be happy. And so yeah, I'm very happy to be one of the mentors for this program itself.
That's amazing. And like you said, the difference between someone being successful and someone not being successful could be meeting the right people at the right time, right? And
100%.
it's even more important that someone like you said mid-level profession, but from my perspective, Microsoft is a huge deal, right? It's like the tech company. So for me, someone who is working at the Microsoft and she is willing to come and mentor me and tell me how she did it, that's like thousands of millions of dollars worth of connections and network right there. And you actually saying that, oh yes, I want to give back to the community. I want to, set up and help people is the biggest passionate thing I can ever come across to. So again, thank you so much. I think I'm going to repeat this throughout the interview. But yeah, amazing stuff. And I was also going through a LinkedIn profile, and you've been involved in initiatives like Girl Stand Up and Accelerate Her Future and stuff like that. And sadly, STEM and women don't have a very
Mm-hmm.
proportional, right? We're at 26, 28%. So what do you think about that? And any advice you want to give to young aspiring women or girls who want to get into tech, IT, or STEM in general?
Yeah, 100%. Definitely women are underrepresented in STEM field, not just in STEM field, if you think about it, in a lot of fields, just because given the history about how women are usually seen as a nurturer and the men are seen as a provider. That's where the difference is already there. But right now, I feel like there's a lot more women who are also coming to STEM field. But having seen some role model who looks like you and also have been in a good position, I think that kind of helps young girls who are just getting into the field to feel more motivated that okay, I can see myself being there. Because a lot of the time when I was doing my degree as well, I think in my class, in my cohort as well, we just had 4 or 5 girls who was remaining in fourth year. So I felt like the difference was way, way higher. But when I joined Microsoft, mainly in the cybersecurity team, we were 50% men and 50% women. So that's where I saw it was more balanced. So I have seen both the sides, I would say. So for someone who is starting their career and want to do STEM, I'm like, go for it. There's a lot of opportunities there. You can grow as an individual. You will find mentors. You can also make sure that you skill up all the things that are required, and don't be discouraged if you don't see someone like yourself there, because there are people out there who are making pathways and roads for you. So keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much. Yes. And like you said, female representation is a big part of reaching out there, right? Oh, bless you. I'm so sorry you're so sick.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, and we are thrilled that you are one of our female representation. And so many people are going to get inspired. And we have a lot of people from Nepal joining in as well. So I think it'll be the perfect window to look at that. Someone like me is working at Microsoft right now. So thank you.
Yeah, of course, of
Okay.
course.
Yeah, that being said, why do you think this hackathon in general is especially important right now, not just for students or tech enthusiasts, but even early career professionals who are working right now?
Yeah, I think just so that we are in the era where there's a lot of innovation out there, just because of AI has made things, all of us to like if we want to do something, we can do it very easily because we have the access, we have the resource, we have the knowledge. And if we don't have it, we can just do like a quick search on ChatGPT, Copilot, or Cloud, and you can just get the answers right away. So for someone who is joining hackathon, I think as a human ourselves, this is the right time for us to be more critical thinkers and also generate and brainstorm a lot of new ideas. So I believe that with this hackathon, you will be able to solve a lot of the problems that I don't know the problem statement yet, but I'm hoping that it will be like something aligned with AI or like some related to technology. So solving do you know? Let me ask you before.
Yeah, that's what I would like. The theme is mental health,
Okay, like I
and
didn't
then
know
we
that.
have three problem statements based on that.
Oh, so it's mental health. That's the overall theme.
Yeah,
And,
that's the overall theme.
and what's the problem statement?
So those are not yet released. They will be released, I think, within March 27th.
Oh, okay. So I have to re-say my answer again. Yeah, if it's mental health, then I'm gonna switch it up. So maybe cut this part.
Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, okay. So as the problem statement or like the theme of this year hackathon is gonna be something related to mental health, which is something all of us kind of go through in our life. I have had my own struggle with mental health in the past. I know everyone at some stage in their life will go through it. So being able to solve a problem which has a direct effect on most of the people and being able to ideate and also be able to build something for it, I think that's going to be super useful. And mental health as a topic itself is such a big taboo, mainly in like society as like Nepal. So being able to uh, just break that taboo and then help solve the problem would be pretty good. So that's why I'm excited to be part of the hackathon uh, as a mentor.
Yeah, and thank you so much. And you're a natural, right? Like,
I had
because of,
told you it was on mental health.
we had AI last year. The 2025 hackathon was Nepal US AI hackathon. So this
Oh,
year, up to mental health.
okay, okay. No, 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 no. I didn't know about that. Like, was it mentioned somewhere, or maybe it's just I have to go through it? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Last we conducted it last year. Last year was much smaller scale. This year is it
Yeah.
was 1,300 participants. That was like crazy.
Yeah, I read the news later yesterday. I think Shreyas mentioned that is 450 participants. That's a lot of people.
So we dialed it down to 450 after 1,300.
That's crazy. Wow. The interest is so much. That says
Yes,
a lot. That says a lot
about why we're doing this and
why
why
you're
it's
doing it. Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
That. Now, that being said, you have mentored and you have been a leader and working with so many different people in so many different communities. And in this hackathon as well, me as a participant, how should I approach our mentor conversation so that I get the maximum value out of it? Because we have a time limit, right? And there is only so many questions I can ask you that can be fulfilled within that 1 hour window or that 60-minute window.
Yeah, I think the way I would want to maximize the mentor and mentee relationship during like the first half an hour, like 1 hour time frame that we have would be mostly focusing on what problem statement that you are trying to help. Like I would ask more questions. I'll ask like why. I'll ask a lot of critical thinking questions that will make you think and help clarify why you are doing the things you are doing. And maybe I'll throw like more like a curveball about, okay, have you thought from this perspective or that perspective? Rather than going to the technical details, I would be helping in a more strategy view. I think that's where I would be able to maximize my own experience being in the both solution engineer role and also like a technical PM role currently.
Yeah, yeah, that would be amazing. So basically have a roadmap and ask a lot of whys and hows
Yeah,
and what's and what,
yeah,
right?
yeah, lots of
Perfect.
questions.
Also part of a lot of teams and hackathons in general, right? So what's a common mistake that you see mentees making, especially, and also participants making in events like these that actually stops them from reaching that full potential in somehow?
I think starting late, I think that's something that I see. Like rather than once you have an idea, rather than starting to build quickly, they will take so much time in just strategizing that you will reach a
Yeah,
point that you would not have enough time to overall complete the entire, like a demo or whatever you're trying to pitch. So, like I would say to divide up the team in a way, some like the first half an hour, like 1 hour, just in strategizing, but after that, start executing it. Because once you start executing it, then you will start understanding and will have a lot of roadblocks in between, which will help extend the timing more. So make sure you start early and start executing early on so that when you get stopped, you also have time to fix the problem and then continue with your solution itself.
yeah, exactly. And when you start something, you have that learning curve, right? At the
Yeah,
beginning, you're so excited and so motivated, so everyone just
yeah,
stops and things. But it's 48 hours, so at one point you're gonna go downhill.
down the hill. Yeah,
Yeah, that's very important, managing your time. Perfect point. Thank you so much for bringing that up.
yeah.
And that being said, we have only 5 minutes left. I didn't even realize how fast this went by. Maybe because I wasted some time in the beginning as well. I'm sorry about that. You're an amazing speaker. And yeah, your journey from IBM and Nokia to security solution engineer and now technical program manager at Microsoft is like amazing. I'm sure you had your ups and downs through all of that, but as a third person, the picture looks perfect, you know? But of course, like you said, there's so many things that people keep on improving and then going and going, and that's why this hackathon is more important, we believe. So yeah, anything else you'd like to say, or one piece of advice you'd give to the participants to get the most out of this hackathon?
Yeah, I think I would say not to be afraid to get out of your comfort zone. I think that's one thing that I really did in my overall career. I was not afraid to switch company or switch role. Like just because I'm getting good at one thing does not mean that I should limit myself in trying something else and just get comfortable with it. This is a time we are like young, we have energy, our health is hopefully better than when we're like 60, 70. So this is a time to explore, get your hands dirty, try new things as much as you can. If you have idea for the hackathon as well, just dump your idea and don't be afraid of speaking up. I think that's another thing as well. Mainly as a woman, a lot of the time we kind of are more hesitant of saying our point of view and our opinions out loud, but do not be afraid to do that. And yeah, there's nothing worse it can get. So just get out of your comfort zone and be
Yeah,
comfortable being uncomfortable. I think that's one thing I'll say.
that's just perfect. And like you said, just because we excel in one thing does not mean we cannot try other things, right?
Exactly.
And there's only positives out of this hackathon. I mean, 5 years down the road, no one's going to be like, you participated in a hackathon and then you lost or something. But the
Yeah.
idea that you might get from this and the mentor and the connections you might get from this might get you somewhere. I might come into one of your mentor sessions at this point. You know, you're very much convincing me.
Yeah, if you want to, just let me know. I'll be happy to mentor or just like, give a different perspective, mainly like career advice or some of the groups that you can join just outside of your professional career as well, just for a personal growth too, which can help in a overall mindset. So
Yeah.
yeah, happy to help anyone that's needed.
Thank you so much. I'm going to ping you in LinkedIn as soon as this interview
Okay.
ends. And yeah, it was amazing talking to you. Thank you so much for your patience, your grit, your passion to give back to the community most of all. And thank you so much for being a part of the Nepal US Hackathon 2026. Yay!
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Prati.
All right. It was amazing talking to you. And I will see you from March 27 to 29. Have an amazing day, rest of the day.
Thank you. Have a good day.
So